Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 225. I'm here with talented Rodney Vance. I just want to say thank you for accepting my request.
It's a pleasure, Keith. It's good to be talking with you again.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a part 2. As people know, my name is Keith Andrew, and this is the Keith Andrew Network. I'm here with Rodney Vance, and this is episode part 2. We can watch video, you can watch interview number 1, and it came a long way, my friend. I have to tell you, because I found recording from the small phone to basically my hands, the camera, and here's the phone. So whatever the phone saw, the camera picked up, that was all season 1. Season 2, it's what the camera saw from the computer screen, that's 2. Now I finally got Skype recorder, so if people see like Fox News and CNN, it's got to be cut in half. I'm going to be on the right, you're going to be on the left. Or if you were interviewing me, I would flip it, you're on the right and I'm on the left. But I don't know, maybe one day you will get the chance to interview me.
That sounds good. We'll have to set that up.
No, absolutely. I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
No, it's fine.
Now, for people who want to know who Rodney Vance is, you're a CEO of your own company.
Yes.
Last time I checked. It's been 3 years, so that could have changed. And now, what can you tell us about your company? What can you tell us about yourself, and what can you tell us about your company? It's been 3 years.
Singular Entertainment is the name of the company, and we have produced now 2 films. Napa Valley Dreams, which is a giant screen film that's about 41 minutes long, that has been picked up and distributed by Sony, and was just picked up by DirecTV, and there's more to come, I think, on that front. And a second film, a 10-minute short film called The Butterfly, the Harp, and the Timepiece, starring Academy Award winner Melissa Leo, and lead singer for a group called Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. Alex Ebert is also in the film. So we're very excited about it. It's been around to festivals all over the world in the last year. We opened on opening night. Our world premiere was on opening night of the Los Angeles International Short Film Festival. Since then, it's been playing at festivals in a number of countries, and probably the most significant award that it's won is it won Best Picture overall, feature and short film, at the International Movie Awards in Jakarta, Indonesia. We're very grateful to the Indonesians for such an honor. So it's been a lot of fun. Got me a trip to India for the All Lights India International Film Festival. Oh, nice. My first visit to India, and we really had a lot of fun making the film and seeing it get seen.
Now, what can you tell us about India? How was your trip?
It was fantastic. I got a chance to see a number of new films that were coming out from all around Asia, primarily Asia, but countries including, obviously, India, Nepal, China, Mexico, which is not in Asia, but there was a Mexican film director there, Tibet, really incredible filmic visions that I'd never had a chance to see here in the United States before, but were available to watch there and see on the big screen, meet the filmmakers. It was an incredibly creative and exciting time. I enjoyed it very, very much.
Did he get the chance to go to the, what was it? Middletown, Hoboken, Middletown. Did he go to the Hoboken? Well, I don't know. It's Middletown, Hoboken, or a Hoboken Film Festival.
I did not go to the Hoboken Film Festival. We didn't apply. I should have, I guess. Well, so it's one near to you, Keith, the Hoboken?
Well, I know you guys came to the Monroe area. That's where I'm from. I didn't go to the Middletown run. My good friend Scott Churchill. I don't know if you two met, but you two should catch up. You're both CEOs. But he was in the area. I think he was in the area. I know he posted on his Facebook that he was in the Monroe area. It's like, he should have told me. I would have jumped in a taxi. I would have came to the Hoboken movie theater. in Monroe, and I would have came. But he told me a day after, and so it's kind of like...
So you missed it. That's not fair. That would have been fun to see it.
That's true. Now, have you ever been to any film festivals? As you mentioned, your film has been played, so I know that sounds like an oxymoron. But, when you go to the film festivals, is there like big celebrity names? Is there like this whole fancy party? Have you ever been, and what can you tell us about it?
Probably in terms of Hollywood celebrities, the one with the biggest names was probably the Beverly Hills Film Festival, which is the most recent film festival that we participated in. And probably before that, the first one we went to, which was the Los Angeles International Short Film Festival. Both of those have the advantage of being in Los Angeles, so they're an easy commute for celebrities to attend. Celebrities tended to attend those two more perhaps than some of the others. Another one that I went to, the Palm Springs International Short Film Fest, also had some celebrities, but primarily producers that I greatly enjoyed meeting. So that was, but most of my interest and involvement in going to the film festivals was to meet the other directors, the other filmmakers, and that's where I tended to focus my own conversation time. That may have been foolish in terms of networking and career, but nonetheless, I'm always absolutely fascinated to talk to other filmmakers and the challenges that we all face, and the ways, the solutions that they have found in terms of making the films. That's part of the conversation, but I have to admit, the part of the conversation I find most exciting is just, let's talk about your movie, because it's so incredible that it's here, and it's so exciting to see the excellent work.
No, absolutely. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot now, because I was recently at Comic-Con, and doing a little plug for them, I might have my own panel.
Yes.
For people who in the Poughkeepsie area. It's the Hudson Valley Comic-Con. It's going to be their second annual year. And you guys should definitely check it out. And you should be at a panel there. That would be really good for you.
I would enjoy being a panel member there very, very much. How do I apply?
You just go to the website. Also, when I talk to my friend Monday, I will also mention you and a couple other people.
Okay, yeah, that's something I haven't actually done. I have not. I've participated in film festivals as a filmmaker, but I've not actually participated on panels to date. But I've been advised it might be a good thing for me to do that from others before you, and I think it's a good suggestion, and it's something I'm very interested in doing.
Hey, you help me, I help you. That's how I work.
All right, sounds great.
Now, the next subject I'm going to ask you is something that I don't really know, but because you're a CEO, you should know more about this, and if you can help me out, I appreciate it. What is the terms, or anyone who wants to know for this matter, say what are the terms of, that's my phone keeps turning off, I keep touching the screen. What are the terms for handing out business cards and introducing yourself without going into the terms of being your warder? Well, how do you know, like, when you're just introducing yourself? I'll give you a perfect example. You're at Comic-Con, or we met at the film festival.
Okay.
Hopefully we will. Doing a little plug.
Good. I look forward to that.
And so I walk up to you at the film festival, and I introduce myself. Say, hey, my name's Keith Andrew. Very nice to meet you. I have a talk show. I did this the last time. I met this guy who was an artist. Keith Andrew, very nice to meet you. I would like to introduce myself to you and tell you about my talk show. All I ask is you hear me out before you say no. He laughed at me. It's like, well, he said, I never heard that one before. Want me to introduce myself before you say no?
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked. It was really nice.
Go.
But my sister and brother jumped on me because they said that even though I did introduce myself, that kind of falls under the category of loitering, that I could have been arrested or extorted out. Now, if you were on the other hand, because you are CEO of your own company, so you have more power, how would one go about introducing themselves without going through the red tape?
To others that I meet at a film festival?
Well, just like overall, just like for yourself or me, what would be your tips?
Well, generally, if it's someone that I want to give a business card to or something like that, I try to be familiar with who they are and what their work is a little bit, so that you can have enough of a conversation so that there's some sort of commonality established between you and that person, and you see that you have shared interests. But I don't really follow any rules, to be entirely honest, in terms of introducing. If I see someone I'm interested in meeting, I go up and shake hands and say why I'm interested in talking to them. You know, my name is Rodney Vance. I do this. I'm really interested in this that you do. Can I talk to you about that? And generally, most of the time, that's it starts a conversation. Once in a while, someone gets... they just don't want to be approached, and so they aren't. But I also have people approaching me now more, which is very nice, and I generally am happy to talk to whoever approaches me. If we share a passion for filmmaking or visual storytelling, to give it a broader perspective, I'm happy to talk to anyone who has that passion. And generally, I found that other people are also happy to talk to me when I want to talk to them. Now, the conversation may not go on for an extended period of time, but I've generally found that almost anyone you talk to is, if you share that passion with them, they're perfectly happy to talk to you. And at some point in the conversation, if it feels right and seems appropriate, you can exchange business cards, or you can sometimes, if they're particularly well-known people, you can refer to someone that you know that they know, and you can say, would it be okay if I get your email address from this person? And they will almost always at that point say yes, because now you have a mutual friend, so it's like getting a referral. And then make sure you actually do have that mutual friend. I mean, don't lie. And contact your friend and say, I was given permission by so-and-so to get their email address from you. Would you give it to me? And then they'll give it to you, and you can do what you want with it. But it doesn't really serve you to just get a whole collection of business cards and email addresses. I mean, what you're really trying to do is establish a network of business associates that you can work with, or get advice, mentorship from, perhaps, or something of that sort, rather than just have a big collection of business cards that you don't end up ever talking to. In your case, since you do an interview show, I would suspect that many of these names that you collect email addresses from are people that you're going to want to talk to on your show. I don't know, does that answer your question? I guess I just sort of go up and shake hands and am friendly, which you seem to be very good at doing yourself. Right. Have you actually had trouble getting business cards from people?
No, that's not the problem. Yeah, I'm like, for a perfect example, I would walk up to someone, introduce myself, and say, I'm a talk show host, and I would like to introduce myself to you. I'm a talk show host with disabilities. And it's like, can I explain myself to you before you say no? Just for making up an example. And by the way, if people are wondering what I'm holding, it's my stress toy.
There you go.
Basically, long story short, it was a selfie stick, but a selfie part broke off.
Oh, sure.
So now I just use it like for a stress reliever. Whatever works.
Whatever works.
But I walked up to, see what names will you ever know? The woman, Gigi. Did you like Farscape?
Did I like Farscape?
Yes.
I didn't see Farscape, I regret to say. It's a movie I definitely want to see, but I have not seen it.
I walked over to Gigi. Yeah, she was the blonde girl with the white skin.
Yes.
I walked over. Do you like Family Guy?
Yes.
I talked to Mark. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Family Guy, yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
I walked over to, I was kind of stingy on money, But I just wanted to walk over and shake someone's hand, but I didn't know you still have to pay for that. So I walk over to Maury Goldman.
Okay.
And I introduced myself, and people were just looking at me. It's like, why is he cutting the line? It's like, well, first of all, there's no line here. There's no one. He's just sitting here with his thumb up his ass. Just sitting like. So I just walked over to him, and I was like, hey, Keith Andrew, very nice to meet you. I'm a talk show host, and I'm showing people with disabilities I can stay on mouth to something. Would you be interested in being a guest on my talk show? And he said, sure. I gave him my card. He told me to talk to his agent. Never heard back. Same thing with, Gigi on the other hand, because my sister wanted to meet her.
Yeah.
I beat her to the punch, so I met her first. So I think I met her first, but she was the only one I paid for, and we took pictures together. I didn't want to post my luck with Family Guide because I didn't want to come across like an asshole. But Gigi I paid for, and I was like, well, I paid you $30. I might as well use this time to talk to you now.
Yeah.
Most of the people, I just basically asked for the business cards. I introduced myself very professionally. And I just wanted to know, from your point of view, and I got permission. I said, well, from the Hudson Valley Comic Con, and the New York one says, well, we didn't have any issues coming up saying, oh, this is guy walking around introducing himself, so that's good. Now I'm throwing myself underneath the bus. Now other people are going to try to use that. But they said, as long as you, and this is true for people who want to follow my lead, as long as you're very professional and you introduce yourself and say, you know, you do it in a professional manner, and you can give out cards. What they don't want is when I said, well, can I hand out my cards? Well, you got to be standing there and it's like, hey, here's a flyer, here's a coupon, here's a shirt, would you do this and that? No, don't do that. That's a warrior one. But if you're like introducing yourself to someone and say, by the way, I'm a talk show host, then that's different. You have to find a common middle, if that makes any sense. But as long as the bottom line is, if you do it professionally, there's no problems.
Yeah, I would say that's been my experience as well.
Now, what's the next question I was going to ask you for people who want to know? What were some of your favorite films, number one? Are you looking for to have extras, number two? And, hey, if it's a possibility, I would love to work with you. Just throwing it out there.
All right, sounds good. Yes, we do use extras in the film, in the films. What's coming up next for our company is we're developing a television series, which we hope to have ready to take on the market within the next 3 or 4 months. But in the 2 films that we've done so far, yes, of course. The business model that we use, in addition to being president of Singular Entertainment, I'm chair of the Department of Film and Television Production at La Sierra University in Riverside, California. And I mention that right now because most of the projects that we do as a joint operation between film students and professionals working side by side. It's very good for the film students to be able to work alongside professionals.
Right.
They learn more and they learn it more quickly than what we're able to teach them solely in a classroom environment. So all of our production that we do, we're looking at that joint effort with film students and working professionals side by side. So for that reason, we don't usually use extra agencies and that kind of thing. But sure, Keith, come on out. We'll put you to work.
Well, I do have an idea for you after the show, but the idea was popped in my head.
Okay.
Now, for people who want to know why I keep changing the background, when I first did my talk show, I didn't want to be seen. That it was... My parents were paranoid, saying, "Oh, if they recognize you, they know where you live. It's a small town, so you don't shit where you eat." Uncensored, freedom of speech, freedom of self-expression. So go
Sure,
for it.
absolutely.
So basically, I did 72 phone interviews. I didn't want to be seen. But the whole point was because I have social anxiety, I was having panic attacks. It's like, well, I'm still getting that. What am I doing wrong? It's like, you know what? I want to get myself out there. I want to be famous. I'm doing all this stuff. Screw it. And I put on a nice fancy shirt, and I will explain why I'm wearing what I'm wearing.
Okay.
So when I was first being seen, it's like I put on like a blue shirt, a red shirt. That's like a collar, professional. And there's other times where I just wear like a plain shirt, like I'm doing now. So season 1, you couldn't really see me. You know how I'm in the little corner, or you have the full screen and you're in the little corner?
Sure.
When I was recording from my phone, the computer screen's the camera now. As I'm recording from the phone, all you saw was the guest because you guys are the main focus. And I was in a dinky little thing, so it didn't really matter. As I was recording from the computer screen, from the camera, you got to see me more. And that's when I decided, it's like, you know, if I want to be professional, and I don't have a filter, so I just say whatever's on my mind. Part of my disability. But I just... Go ahead.
It works. No, you go ahead. I was just throwing out a short comment. Sorry.
And I was kind of like, you know, now people are going to see me, and I work on my appearance, so I have like a red shirt, blue shirt. And that was about October, November. It's cold out. So now during the summer, that was all season 2 and everything. I was like, well, I want to be different. Well, I don't have to be like wear the shirt you're wearing. It's good if you want to do a complete season of that. The type of shirt you have, it's in red and blue and green. That's good.
Sure.
But then you want to be different. You want to be relaxed. You don't want to be uptight. So I wear like a band shirt. I will wear like an Iron Maiden shirt. You know, the whole rock and roll thing. And I try to make every interview different. I do everything that's different. Yeah, I'll give you another perfect example, and I'll pass the show back over to you, and you can ask me anything you want. When I first started season 1, and this goes back to don't ask me why it seemed like a good idea. I did 72 phone interviews, like I mentioned. But I asked people tell us about yourself, what's life growing up. Okay, where do you stand on gun rights? Where do you stand on gay rights? Where do you stand on legalizing marijuana? Where do you stand on this and that? After 100 interviews, I'm like, that's fine. But now I don't want to sound repetitive for season 2. Season 2 and season 3, it's kind of the same format. I'm just winging it. And I'm just like saying, well, introduce yourself. What are you doing? And okay, I'm now going to pass the show over to you. You can ask me anything you want, and we can do that in a couple minutes. Season 4 will be about going back to a combination of 2, 3, and that's like, can you tell us about yourself? You guys will still have the opportunity. Well, you do have the option, but you still have the opportunity to introduce yourself and to ask me anything you want, gloves off. But I also will go back to the hard-hitting ones, like saying, recently, the Lando shooting. Where do you stand on that? And where do you stand on gay rights? And you can ask me anything you want, where you stand on people using a race card. And it's just going to be like different things. So I'm doing everything different.
My phone ringing here, so I'm shutting off the sound. I should have done that before this interview. I apologize.
No,
Please go ahead.
I didn't hear anything. But, you know, for the backgrounds, I used to be facing the wall, so you got to see 3 beautiful women behind me.
Ooh, very nice.
Then the other one, I was facing this way, so you get to see my last interview, I was facing the door in my closet. Now, unfortunately, my brother's moving back in, so I have to share the room with him. So I had to flip the desk around. So at least I got a new desk out of it. But, soon you got to see a bed behind me. And it's like, you know what? I said, I don't care if I have to share the room with him. But the one thing that I will not put up with is having it interfere with my talk show. This is the one thing I care about. I take a lot of pride in. You want me to share the room, you want to have a damn bed behind me, that's fine. The room's meant for 2 people. But it's under no circumstances will it interfere with my talk show. That's my priority. It's what makes me happy. And this is what I want to do until I die. It's
good to know that. So many people have a hard time figuring that out. You know it. That's fantastic. Congratulations.
No, absolutely. Now, passing the show back to you with the last 14 minutes. You can ask me anything you want. It's been 3 years since we last talked. It's great to see you again. You look well and healthy.
Thank you. You do as well. You look great.
Except for I have a fat neck, but...
So tell me about your T-shirt, Avenged Sevenfold. What's that about? Let that be the first question I ask you.
All right, so Avenged Sevenfold was a band I was very interested in working with back in, when I first started out. But, I was a nobody. And I basically said, well, I'm not going to wear collared shirts like I mentioned. Occasionally, I go with the season. When it's cold out, I eventually go back to the shirts that you're wearing. But it's the summer, it's 70, 80 degrees. Why not have a little fun? So I wear Avenged Centerfold, I wear Iron Maiden, Megadeth. It's funny you should mention this. Now I'm going to do a little plug. And you can do a plug too, you can plug your stuff. But for a limited time only, and the link's got to be in the description box, I am selling my official Keith Andrew Network t-shirts. It's yours for $30. And the reason it's $30 is because the logo is very colorful. You want to say that. But
so make the shirt.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
It's basically like the shirt I'm wearing, but it's Keith Andrew. And it's using high quality ink.
Great.
Make a long story short, they want to make a lot of money off it. I'm not going to argue with them. So you can pre-order your shirt today. However, I have to reach my goal of 50. So once I get the goal of 50, everyone gets a shirt. So you're pre-ordering now, and when you pre-order the Keith Andrew Network shirt, you're supporting my cause, disabilities. You're supporting my message. I'm gonna put that money towards growing my talk show, getting a studio, saving it up, and eventually we will do this interview in person. But I'm gonna put that money towards my talk show and take it one step to the next. And get trademark and everything. And basically, you're buying a shirt because you're a fan of mine. One, you're a friend. Also, two, you're going to become a fan, and you would like to see where it's going to go. I'm also going to put money, but I make from the shirts to other items. So I'm going to make like a phone case. I'm going to make like a mug. I'm going to make like a tote bag. As you go to my fan page, I have to send you an invite to that. When you go on my fan page, I made a tote bag, a mouse pad, and a mug. And I said, out of these 3 items, what would you like to buy the most? So I'm going to use the money I got towards the shirts, make more items, get myself out there. And it's a good cause. It's a nice shirt. 30 is as high as I'm going to go. Plus shipping and handling, so you're looking at about like 34 or something, but it's not so bad. But I will eventually make, towards the winter and the fall, long sleeves. So right now it's short sleeves. I'm going to make like a hoodie. I'm going to make a hat. It's going to be this whole big thing. What I really would like is to get a distributor. I can't even talk. Distributor. Yes. Thank you. And again, part of my learning disability, speech impediment.
Sure.
Get one of those people who make the shirts, then we can split things right down the middle. And that's what I'm working towards for right now. I have to buy it, then resell it. It's this whole process. But passing the show back to you, and I hope you buy the shirt.
Sounds good.
For your talk show and for your studio and everything you're doing, do you have merchandise that you would like to plug? Are you making your own merchandise?
We are developing a line of merchandise that will be available through NapaValleyDreams.com website. So that'll be available in about another month. It's coming together. But mostly, I just want people to watch the films as much as possible. I think they'll love them when they see them. But let me ask you, Keith, what got you excited about doing talk shows? Why do you do this?
There's a lot of different variations to the story, but the one that stands out the most is people like to micromanage me. Who they like to put me on a leash. I'm holding this, so I use this for a perfect example. Here's a leash, and here's me. So I'm only going to go as far as they want me to. It's like, well, you have all the space now. Let's see what you're able to do with that freedom. Or, the glass ceiling. I'm going to go as high as you want me to. But once I start breaking, like the doors, once I start breaking onto the other side, you're going to start saying, is he ready? Is he capable of going to the next step? Is he this? What is that? But without dancing around the question, I got tired of using my learning disability as a crutch.
Sure.
For the longest time, 10 years ago for that matter, 10 years ago this time, I never thought I would do my talk show. Even though I was doing my talk show, it's called the Keith Andrew Show, the Keith Andrew and Andrew Show, the Keith and Tony Show, Keith and Safina Show, the Keith Extreme Power Hour, or whatever you want to call it. And I was only high school based. But I wanted to do this, but my hands were tied. And I wasn't the same person who I was 10 years ago. I was, because things would have been a hell of a lot different, number one. I would have stood up for myself more.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, and what we used to know, can't go to college, can't have a normal job, I can't do this, I can't do that. And my brother goes on tour, he does all this other stuff. I use him for an inspiration. He thinks I'm an ass kisser. Maybe I am. But my brother recently talked to my other one. Oh, why don't I talk to him? He has connections, he has this, he has that. And I'm like, okay, what about me? What about you? It's like, well, I want to do that too. I want to go to college. I want to travel too. Yeah, well, you have a disability. You never went to college. You never did this. You never did that. So my hands were tied. So I said, screw it. I'm going to show you, instead of using my disability as a crutch that I've been doing for the past 10 years,
sure,
now you turn a weakness into a strength. And now I'm doing something people are very questionable about. Like, how are you getting people to be on your talk show, number one? How are you presenting yourself, number two? How are you... I'll give you a perfect example. Why should Ronnie be on your show? He doesn't know you from a hole in a wall. He knows that you have a disability. But how are you getting this person on the show? I'll give you a perfect example. My brother went to college, and he has a BA in broadcasting. Now, first off, he had opportunity after opportunity to go to work for ESPN, to work for broadcasting, and he didn't do it. Mm-hmm. And now, I said to him a year ago, hey, I'm going to get Double J Jarrett on my show, and he basically said to me was, I don't know what to say to you. It's like, I'm not speechless. I don't know what to say to you. Well, are you speechless? As in, I have this big celebrity on my show, and he's like, I don't know what to say to you. And then it came out saying, you know what pisses me off? I didn't want to go to college, but you made me go to college. Talking to my parents now. You made me go to college for 4 years. I have a BA in a career that I can't do in broadcasting. But you have Keith over here who never went to college, but he's interviewing celebrities, and that shit's only going to piss me off. So it's kind of like...
Sometimes it's just about doing what you would decide you want to do, isn't it? Just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to jump at the chance to work for the WWE. Like I talked to you last time, jump at the chance to work for WWE, ESPN. Then this is my way of saying, yes, I'm handicapped, I'm retarded, or whatever labels you want to throw at me, but look at what I'm able to accomplish. Yeah, I can see where my brother would get annoyed saying I went to college, but you were given opportunities to do it. It's not my fault you turned it down. You can't have it both ways. He said that to me recently. We were coming back from Poughkeepsie Comic-Con, and he says, you can't have it both ways. You can't have your talk show and say, this is what you want to do until you die, but also use the guilt trip on people saying you're handicapped, you're retarded, and you can't have it both ways. Why can't I have it both ways? Because it's a win-win. I'm turning myself into a perfect example for people out there with disabilities. Don't label yourself. If you're very passionate about your goals, go and do it. It doesn't matter what people label you. I interviewed people in a wheelchair who's an actress. And there's another guy who's in a wheelchair and he has cerebral palsies, but he's a filmmaker. And if these people can do it, you can do it too. I can do it
Absolutely.
too. And there's no reason why people like labeling people. Like I was always labeled as mentally challenged, mentally disturbed, retarded. But when they look at me, and you said this to me the first time we met, after being interviewed by you, I don't see anything wrong with it. Well, it's about
Yay!
putting
Good.
a mask on. It's about hiding it, and it's just about...
I think your story is very inspiring, Keith. I really do. It's good that you just decide to, just as the Nike logo says, just do it.
No,
it's a great
absolutely.
thing.
Like Will Smith said, was if you have a dream, you have to protect it. If someone tells you you can't do it, do it. But before I pass it on, for the last 2 minutes of the show, back to you. It's like what Professor Shalom says. It's not about... Life is not full of rainbows and chocolates. I'm just adding that part in. But he said life is not going to be great and wonderful. But it's not about how hard life hits you. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's what winners do. And don't blame him or her and say, I'm not here because of him and her. Because that's what cowards do. And you're not a coward. But wrapping up, was there anything you want to plug? Social media. How can people follow you on Twitter? Are you on States 32?
Sure. You can follow me on Facebook, Rodney Vance, or there's a Napa Valley Dreams page on Facebook and a Singular Entertainment page on Facebook. I post to all three of those pages pretty regularly. And we have two websites, www.singularentertainment.com and also napavalley.dreams.com. We're developing both of them, upgrading them both at the moment, so I think some exciting things are coming to that. Vimeo Pro has both of the movies if you want to watch them. Also, they're on, at least Napa Valley Dreams is on Amazon.com. and we're just starting to distribute Butterfly, the Harp, and the Timepiece to various distributors at this point in time. So watch for both films. They're available. They're out there. Check it out. I really hope you enjoy them. We certainly had a good time making them, and I'm delighted to be able to tell you about them, Keith.
No, absolutely. Now, wrapping up, I'm going to ask you two hard-hitting questions.
Okay,
basically, sure. You didn't know about this, but I had to redo all my interviews. So I took everything down because a lot of people are coming out of the woodwork and saying, yeah, and this is how they talk. Yeah, well, my agent said to me, or my publicist said to me, sir, and I mean, sir, my publicist said to me. Just trying to make you laugh. But seriously, they just said...
You're very good at the mimic. Excellent.
It's a hobby.
Yeah, you do it well.
Exactly, but they said to me, well, my agent said, my manager said, we don't like the video quality, we don't like the questions you're asking. Can you take it down? It's degrading to be with people like you. And I'm like, then why did we do the interview in the first place? I was completely upfront with you. And now you got a little birdie in your ear saying, yeah, it's beneath you. You don't want to associate with people like this. And I'm like, I'm not a freaking con artist. I am handicapped. I do have a disability.
Sure.
And I don't know. So I took everything down. People signed the release. So I came up with the new subject, as Bill O'Reilly says, and all the credit goes to the factor. I know that's eventually going to bite me in the ass. But as going on the record, when I first approached you 3 years ago for my first interview, what was your honest opinion of me? 3 years later, we're doing a follow-up interview. How do you feel about it now? And I have a challenge for you. But I will leave the challenge for the ending.
Okay. Keith, when you first approached me 3 years ago, I didn't know you at all. But I was inspired by your story and very happy to talk to you. And I'm very happy to talk to you again today. I continue to admire what you're doing and your commitment to simply moving forward in the ways that you want, and I'm very, very happy to support you in that.
No, I appreciate it. The last question before wrapping up is I have a challenge for you.
Okay, sure.
A lot of people are saying, why don't you have a lot of likes? Why don't you have a lot of views? I share, this goes for everyone who I interview. Like Donald Trump, it's not big, it's huge. So to make it huge, my challenge to you, and you can offer a challenge to me in return, is I challenge you to get over 100 likes, 100 views.
100 views on what?
Of this interview.
Of this interview. All right, then you'll just have to let me know when it posts, and we'll do it. Are you
up for it?
Of course. Of course. Let me know when it posts, and I'll spread the word.
Yeah, absolutely. And if there's ever a challenge you want to throw back at me, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
Wrapping up, I just want to say it was a real honor and a privilege to have you once again on my talk show, and I'm looking forward to building a friendship with you.
Likewise, Keith. It was a real pleasure to be here.